Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Ali here, a platform where we have some casual conversations about sex, relationships, and other fun stuff. All right, Yoni Massage. I recently shared with you guys my first experience getting a Yoni massage. If you didn't see that video yet, you can definitely check it out on my YouTube page. And also, side note, if you want some extra details about the Yoni massage experience that I didn't share on YouTube, you can check out some exclusive content on my Patreon, which is in the link below this video. The Patreon serves as a little bit of a more intimate hub where I share some more juicy, exclusive content details about some of the stories that I share on YouTube. I also answer a lot of your questions and comments on there, and it is a platform for you to support me as a creator and this channel if you are liking this content. And if you are a member of that community, then I just wanna say a big thank you and give you guys a big virtual hug. All right, so let's get into it. The Yoni massage. Recently, we have left Thailand, and before leaving, we have decided to treat ourselves to a similar experience. And it was very similar in the sense that we went to the same place and even had the same woman. That was pretty cool. And I knew what to expect going in, but I definitely experienced this in a different way than the first time. The first time I had the Yoni massage, I went into it with a very sexual mindset. So this is gonna be a very sexual experience. It's gonna be kinky, it's gonna be fun. And you know, we're meant to get off at the end. Gab is gonna orgasm and I'm meant to orgasm at the end, which put an unnecessary pressure on myself because I was like, oh, I have to finish at the end. We only have an hour. We have a time frame. You know, I want to make sure she knows she was doing a good job. So I'm going to have to finish and so on, and putting all this pressure on myself. And this is coming from someone who already comes from a past of having challenges with orgasms, because I only had my first orgasms in my mid-30s. And I know I'm not the only one out there. So if you are like that too, then know that you're not alone. And it's very, very normal, because I took a long time to get to know my body and what worked and what didn't work. I always thought I was that kind of person that just couldn't orgasm, even though I still very much enjoyed sex, very much enjoyed giving and receiving pleasure. I just said to myself, meh, I'm just one of those women who can't orgasm. But then after meeting Gab and a lot of practice and getting to know my body a little bit more, I can definitely orgasm now, but I still can't orgasm all the time, like in high pressured situations, you know? There are so many factors that make or break the orgasm. Anyways, going back to the Yoni massage the second time around, I was going into it again thinking that I'll have to orgasm at the end. Like I'm gonna work on trying to finish at the end, because that's the point of this experience, right? Is to sort of enjoy this long journey and then come at the end. When we started, it was very much the same. You know, Gab and I were next to each other and the girls were massaging us and so on. It felt just as good as the first time. She was so great with her hands. I felt so relaxed. Whatever it is that they do, they got magic hands. It just felt so good. It didn't feel sexual. It felt more relaxing and sensual and therapeutic. But I was still kind of in this little mindset of wanting it, or thinking that it should be more like sexy and kinky. So, you know, I was holding Gab's hand and I was looking over at him, because it definitely turns me on to see him with another woman sometimes. So I was looking over at him and I was looking at the girl. And then I realized that I was taking my experience away from myself, because I wasn't focusing on what she was doing to me. I was focusing on Gab and the other girl. And then at some point I said, no, this feels too good. I just want to focus on myself and on this. So I let go of his hand and I turned my head like upright instead of looking over at him. And I closed my eyes and I said, Ali, like, just relax and enjoy this experience. It felt so good. It was just so relaxing. Now fast forward to the end of the massage, when it was time to sort of finish. Like Gab had finished and then it was my turn to sort of finish, and I was feeling that pressure again of, oh, it's time for me to finish, like focus, 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 even though I knew I wasn't gonna come at that point because I was just too much in my head and, you know, the clock is ticking. So I faked it. I know. But trust me when I say I am every time developing the tools more and more to speak up and just be more aware of what I want and what I don't want, what works and what doesn't work, and also feel no shame if you can't finish, remember that. But even though I faked the orgasm, the actual massage, Yoni massage part was just incredible. And then I had a conversation with a friend who is currently exploring sexually with her husband as well, focusing on her pleasure more. So they're kind of practicing this tantric Yoni massage stuff. And it's just really funny to hear about their experiences doing it intimately in their own home, you know, because like they're not professionals. Like the woman that we were with in the parlor, they're professionals, so they know what they're doing and so on. But, you know, learning this together as a couple, how to deliver a Yoni massage and so on, like there's a lot of fumbles that go on there. So it can be a very sensual and erotic experience, but it can also be a little bit frustrating and funny as well. I was telling her about my second experience and how incredible it was. But when it came time to the orgasm, I wasn't really feeling that part so much. I almost wish she would have just continued the massage. I didn't feel the need to orgasm. That was in the back of my head. I wasn't thinking like, oh yeah, I can't wait to reach climax right now. I just wanted her to keep rubbing and stroking and like soothing and like all the stuff. I didn't care about the orgasm at all, which I guess is the point of the Yoni massage. I don't know. If you're a Yoni practitioner out there, then please like correct me if I'm wrong. Teach me, school me, because I'm learning just as much as you guys here. And the whole tantric world of withholding the orgasm and so on and so on. Not that I am that interested in tantric sex or tantric orgasms or whatever it is. I don't know if I'm into having hours long stimulation and holding on to the orgasm and withholding climax and all that kind of stuff and intense heavy breathing. I don't know if I'm into that stuff yet. I haven't really tried it. This is probably the first time that I'm really dabbling into the tantric stuff. But we started talking about orgasms, and how do I put this? I don't want to say they're not important, because orgasms are important. I guess it depends who you're asking, to be honest. You know what? Let's ask me. If you're asking me, I don't think orgasms are that important. Okay, this is my personal opinion. It's not my professional opinion because I'm not a sex therapist, sex educator, or whatever. I don't have any academic experience in this area to know the science and whatnot. But for me personally, I don't think orgasms are that important. I think it's important to understand your body like I am doing, and knowing how to orgasm if I want to orgasm. You know, I've gotten pretty good at creating my own orgasm, so I'm quite proud of that. But I still have challenges sometimes. Not like I did before, but sometimes. It's rare now, but sometimes I will have a moment with Gab where I don't orgasm, and I'll put a little bit of pressure on myself to have to. And he's very good at being patient and being like, we can take our time, it's okay, like just keep going. And so I feel a little bit more relaxed to keep going and so on. But I also sometimes don't really have to. Sometimes they say it's not the destination, it's the journey, right? I believe that, especially after this Yoni massage experience and how incredible it was, and how I didn't feel like I needed to orgasm at the end, because the whole process of it was just so nice. And like I said, it wasn't like sexual and kinky and horny and dirty or whatever. It was just It was just nice. I don't know what your thoughts are about having orgasms and needing to finish and so on. Let me know, drop it in the comments below. I guess the point of this video is just to remind many of you out there that there are people that exist, like myself, who believe that the orgasm isn't everything when it comes to sex. Sometimes the orgasm is the problem. And the orgasm is the thing that prevents us from actually enjoying ourselves, right? From actually enjoying playing in sex and enjoying the process of just fooling around together and taking in all the senses and the smells and the touches and this and that. So take that pressure off yourself and just chill out. It's okay if you don't come, just enjoy the journey. I don't know if this makes any sense right now. I'm kind of just rambling at the top of my head, but I really wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's an important message to deliver to help us, especially as women who often are the ones who put the pressures on ourselves to have to orgasm or have to multiple orgasm or have to have these like mind-blowing explosion orgasms, which by the way, my orgasms are very different every time. Sometimes they're pretty powerful, sometimes they're not as big as I thought they would be, and it makes me stop myself and be like, I thought that was gonna be better, but it is what it is. I still orgasmed. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. That's it, friends. Let me know if you agree, disagree, drop it in the comments below. And like I said, if you want to support me as a content creator and this channel, then please check out my Patreon. YouTube doesn't always support my videos because of the kind of content that I put out. So that's it, that's all. Je vous aime tous.